I'm standing in Marcus's backyard, blood dripping from my hand onto the grass. His German shepherd, Zeus, just lunged at me without warning. Marcus sees the bite marks and laughs. Actually laughs. "Dude, Zeus was just playing." "Don't be dramatic," he says, taking another sip of his beer. My hand throbs with pain, but I stay calm. I wrap it in a napkin someone hands me. Inside, I'm already thinking ahead. Marcus doesn't know what I do for a living. Nobody at this party does. I prefer it that way. His girlfriend, Jenna, rushes over with concern, but Marcus waves her off. "It's nothing. Ryan's fine." The other guests start drifting back to their conversations. I excuse myself quietly, heading to my car. As I drive to urgent care, I replay the scene. Zeus had no reason to attack. I was just standing there, talking to someone. Marcus's careless attitude rings in my ears. He thinks this is funny. He won't be laughing soon. Growing up, Marcus and I were neighbors. We played basketball in his driveway, shared lunch at school, and spent summers riding bikes around the neighborhood. He was always the loud one, cracking jokes, getting attention. I was quieter, more observant. People liked Marcus because he was fun. I liked him too, back then. But somewhere in high school, things changed. Marcus started looking down on people. If you weren't popular or rich, you didn't matter to him. I went to community college while he partied his way through a state university on his parents' money. After college, I worked hard, kept my head down, and built something real. Marcus drifted through jobs, always complaining, always blaming others. We stayed in touch, mostly because our parents were still close. But the friendship felt hollow. He'd mock my choices, call me boring. I never argued back. I just listened and moved forward. Now, at 29, I see him clearly. He's still the same guy who thinks charm can fix everything. But charm doesn't protect you from consequences. At urgent care, the doctor examines my hand carefully. The bite punctured skin in 3 places. One wound is deep. "You'll need antibiotics and a tetanus shot," she says. "Animal bites can get infected fast." She cleans the wounds, and I wince. The pain is sharp, but manageable. She asks if I know the dog's vaccination history. I tell her I'll find out. She writes everything down in my file, takes photos for the record, and hands me prescriptions. "Keep this documented," she advises. "Dog bites are serious." I nod, thanking her. As I leave, I text Marcus asking for Zeus's rabies vaccination records. He replies with a laughing emoji, "Relax man, Zeus is fine. You're overreacting." No apology. No concern. Just dismissal. I screenshot the message and save it. Later that night, I sit at my kitchen table, hand bandaged and throbbing. I pull out my laptop and start researching. Dog bite laws in our state are clear. Owners are liable for injuries their dogs cause, especially when negligence is involved. Monday morning, I'm back at work. I'm a paralegal at one of the city's top law firms. Nobody here knows about my weekend incident yet. I handle corporate cases mostly, but I understand personal injury law well enough. Our firm has an entire department dedicated to it. During lunch, I casually stop by the office of Laura Chen, a senior attorney who specializes in personal injury and negligence cases. "Got a hypothetical for you," I say, keeping my tone light. She smiles, curious. I describe the situation without names: a dog bite, owner's dismissive attitude, lack of concern for the victim's welfare. Laura leans back in her chair. "That's textbook negligence," she says, "especially if the owner didn't secure the dog or warn guests about aggressive behavior. You could have a solid case." I thank her and head back to my desk. My hand still aches under the bandage. That evening, I call my mum. She asks about the party. I mention the bite casually, downplaying it. She's horrified. "Did Marcus even apologize?" she asks. I tell her no. She sighs, Disappointed but not surprised, Marcus posts photos from the party on social media. In one, Zeus sits beside him, looking majestic. The caption reads, "Best dog ever. My boy Zeus." I scroll through the comments. People gush about how beautiful Zeus is, how well trained. I almost laugh. Well-trained dogs don't bite guests unprovoked. I click through Marcus's profile, looking at older posts. There are several photos of Zeus, including one from 6 months ago showing Zeus growling at a mailman. Marcus captioned it, "Zeus protecting the fort LOL." Another post shows Zeus barking aggressively at a neighbor's cat. The comments are filled with warnings: "You should train him better, that's not cute, that's dangerous." Marcus brushed them all off with jokes. This isn't the first sign of Zeus's aggression. Marcus just ignored it. I screenshot everything and save it in a folder on my computer. Evidence. I'm not acting out of spite. I'm acting out of principle. If Marcus had shown even a hint of remorse or responsibility, maybe I'd let this go. But he didn't. And someone else might get hurt next time. By Wednesday, my hand is healing but still sore. I return to urgent care for a follow-up. The doctor checks for infection and is satisfied with my progress. "You were smart to come in right away," she tells me. I ask her to send all medical records and bills to my email. She agrees. That evening, I review everything: medical reports, photos of the wounds, treatment notes, prescription costs, the bill for urgent care. It totals over $800, not counting the time I missed from work or the ongoing discomfort. I draft a formal letter to Marcus, outlining the incident, my medical expenses, and a request for reimbursement. I keep the tone professional and factual. I mention that his homeowner's insurance should cover this. I send it via certified mail so there's proof of delivery. 3 days later, I get a text from Marcus. "Seriously, you're actually trying to bill me for this? Zeus barely touched you. Stop being a baby." No offer to pay. No acknowledgement of responsibility. Just mockery. I save the text. Then I call Laura Chen and ask if she'll take my case. Laura agrees to represent me. We meet in her office on a Friday afternoon. I lay out everything: the incident, Marcus's response, Zeus's history of aggression, my medical bills. Laura reviews the evidence carefully. "This is solid," she says. "We have documentation, witness availability, prior incidents showing the dog's dangerous propensities, and the owner's clear negligence." She explains the process. "We'll file a lawsuit seeking compensation for medical bills, pain and suffering, and any future complications. She'll also request that Zeus be evaluated by animal control." "Are you sure you want to do this?" Laura asks. "He's your friend." I correct her. "He was my friend. Not anymore." She nods, understanding. We spend the next hour preparing the lawsuit. Laura drafts the complaint, naming Marcus as the defendant. She includes every detail, every screenshot, every medical record. By the end of the meeting, I feel a strange sense of calm. This isn't about revenge. It's about accountability. Marcus needs to learn that actions have consequences, and I'm the one who's going to teach him. The lawsuit is filed on Monday morning. According to legal procedure, Marcus will be served with the papers within a few days. I go about my week normally, working at the firm, grabbing coffee with co-workers, visiting my parents. Nobody suspects anything. On Wednesday evening, my phone explodes with messages. Marcus is furious. "Are you kidding me? You actually sued me? Over a stupid dog bite?" His texts are full of capital letters and exclamation points. I don't respond right away. I let him vent. More messages flood in. "This is insane. I thought we were friends. You're ruining my life over nothing." I finally reply calmly, "I asked you to cover my medical bills. You refused and mocked me. This is the consequence." He fires back, "I'm not paying you a dime. My lawyer will destroy you in court." I almost smile. He thinks he can intimidate me. He doesn't realize I've been working in law for 6 years. I understand exactly what I'm doing. I screenshot his threatening messages and forward them to Laura. She responds, "Perfect. Keep all communication." He's digging his own grave. Marcus's parents call my mum. They're upset, confused. Why is Ryan suing Marcus? His mother asks. My mum, bless her, stays neutral. I don't know all the details, but Ryan was hurt. Maybe they can work it out. Marcus's dad gets on the phone, more aggressive. This is ridiculous. Boys will be boys. Dogs will be dogs. Ryan's overreacting. My mom firmly replies, Ryan needed medical attention. Marcus didn't even apologize. The conversation ends awkwardly. Later, my mom calls me. Are you sure about this lawsuit? She asks gently. I explain everything, the bite, the medical bills, Marcus's dismissive attitude, Zeus's history of aggression. She listens quietly. Finally, she says, I trust you, Ryan, you've always been level-headed. If you're doing this, you have good reason. Her support means everything. That weekend, I run into Marcus's girlfriend, Jenna, at the grocery store. She looks uncomfortable but approaches me. Ryan, can we talk? We step outside. She apologizes for Marcus's behavior. He's stressed, she explains. But he shouldn't have laughed at you. That was wrong. I appreciate her honesty. She's caught in the middle. Weeks pass. The lawsuit moves forward. Marcus hires a lawyer, someone from a small firm with a loud reputation. His attorney sends aggressive letters to Laura, claiming the case is frivolous. Laura responds calmly with evidence, medical records, photos, witness statements from other partygoers who saw the attack. Marcus's lawyer goes quiet. During this time, I continue working at the firm. My colleagues eventually hear about the lawsuit through the grapevine. Some are supportive. Others think I'm being petty. I don't care. I know the law is on my side. One evening, Laura calls me with an update. Animal control investigator Zeus. Turns out, there were 2 prior complaints about aggressive behavior. Marcus never reported them. The city is now requiring Zeus to undergo a behavioral evaluation. I feel a pang of sympathy for Zeus. It's not the dog's fault. Marcus failed to train him properly, failed to recognize warning signs, failed to protect others. Still, I don't regret the lawsuit. If anything, this evaluation might save Zeus from being put down later if he hurts someone worse. Marcus's social media presence shifts. He posts cryptic messages about betrayal and fake friends. Some mutual acquaintances reach out to me, asking what happened. I keep my responses brief. We had a disagreement. It's being handled legally. A few people take Marcus's side immediately, calling me vindictive. Others stay neutral or quietly support me. One former classmate messages me privately, I heard what happened. Marcus's dog bit my cousin last year at a barbecue. Marcus laughed it off then too. I ask if his cousin would be willing to testify. He says yes. I pass the information to Laura. She's thrilled. Multiple victims strengthened the case significantly, she explains. Marcus, meanwhile, continues to dig himself deeper. He posts a photo of Zeus with the caption, "They're trying to take my boy away. This world is too soft." The comments are mixed. Some people support him blindly. Others call him irresponsible. I watch from a distance, saying nothing. The truth speaks for itself. Months into the lawsuit, Marcus's legal bills are piling up. His lawyer is expensive, and the case isn't going well for him. Laura files a motion for summary judgment, arguing that the facts are so clear there's no need for a trial. The judge reviews everything, my medical records, photos of the bite, Marcus's dismissive texts, Zeus's history of complaints, witness statements. In early December, the judge rules in our favor on liability. Marcus is legally responsible for my injuries. The only question left is how much he'll have to pay. Marcus is devastated. His lawyer advises him to settle. But Marcus, stubborn as ever, refuses. "I'm not giving Ryan a penny," he tells people. His girlfriend, Jenna, finally has enough. She breaks up with him, tired of his arrogance and refusal to take responsibility. I hear about the breakup through mutual friends. Part of me feels bad. But another part thinks, he brought this on himself. Around this time, I get a promotion at work. My dedication and knowledge haven't gone unnoticed. I'm now a senior paralegal, working directly with partners on major cases. Life is moving forward. The trial date is set for late January. Laura and I prepare thoroughly. We rehearse my testimony, organize exhibits, line up witnesses. One witness is particularly important, the woman who handed me the napkin at the party. She saw everything and is willing to testify that Zeus attacked unprovoked and that Marcus laughed. Another witness is Marcus's former neighbor, who reported Zeus's aggression to animal control months before my incident. Laura is confident. Juries sympathize with dog bite victims, especially when the owner is negligent, she explains. The week before trial, Marcus's lawyer makes a settlement offer, $2,000. It's insultingly low. Laura rejects it immediately. "We're seeking $15,000 for medical bills, pain and suffering, lost wages, and emotional distress." Marcus panics. He realizes he might actually lose big. He tries to reach out to me directly, sending a long, rambling email about how we used to be friends, how he didn't mean to hurt me, how he's sorry. It's the first apology I've received. But it's too late, and it feels hollow, like he's only sorry because he's facing consequences. The trial begins on a cold January morning. The courtroom is small but formal. Marcus sits at the defense table, looking nervous. His lawyer whispers to him constantly. I sit beside Laura, calm and prepared. The jury is selected quickly, 7 women, 5 men, a mix of ages and backgrounds. Laura gives an opening statement that's clear and compelling. She describes the incident, my injuries, Marcus's negligence, and Zeus's dangerous history. Marcus's lawyer argues that Zeus was provoked, that I must have done something to scare the dog. It's a weak defense, and the jury looks skeptical. I'm called to testify first. I describe the party, standing in the yard, talking to someone when Zeus suddenly bit me. I show the jury photos of my wounds, explain the pain, the medical treatment, the ongoing discomfort. Marcus's lawyer cross-examines me, trying to suggest I provoked Zeus. Did you make any sudden movements? He asks. I calmly reply, no. I was standing still, having a conversation. He has nothing. The other witnesses testify next, corroborating my story. The neighbor who reported Zeus to animal control takes the stand. She describes how Zeus lunged at her grandson through the fence, how she filed a complaint, how Marcus brushed it off. He told me Zeus was just protecting his territory, she says. But my grandson was terrified. The jury listens intently. Marcus's cousin is called as a character witness for the defense. She tries to paint Marcus as a responsible dog owner, but under cross-examination, Laura asks, did you ever see Marcus take Zeus to obedience training? The cousin hesitates. Well, no, but, Laura cuts her off. So he never sought professional help for a dog with known aggression issues. The cousin has no answer. The animal control officer testifies about the complaints against Zeus and the evaluation results. The dog shows signs of territorial aggression and lack of socialization, he states. The owner failed to address these issues. By the end of the third day, Marcus's case is falling apart. His lawyer looks defeated. Marcus himself looks pale, realizing the severity of the situation. That night, his lawyer calls Laura with a new settlement offer, $12,000. Laura calls me. What do you think? I pause. Part of me wants to push for the full $15,000. But another part just wants this over. Accepted, I say. The settlement is finalized the next morning. Marcus agrees to pay $12,000, $5,000 for medical bills and expenses, $7,000 for pain, suffering, and emotional distress. The payment will come from his homeowner's insurance, but his premiums will skyrocket. Additionally, Zeus must complete a certified obedience training program, and Marcus is prohibited from owning any dog without completing a responsible pet ownership course. The judge approves the settlement. Marcus signs the papers, his hand shaking. He doesn't look at me. I feel a strange mix of relief and emptiness. It's over. Justice was served. But there's no satisfaction in watching someone I once called a friend crumble. After the hearing, Laura shakes my hand. You did the right thing, she says. I nod, hoping she's right. As I leave the courthouse, I see Marcus standing by his car, alone. For a moment, our eyes meet. There's no anger in his expression anymore. Just defeat. I walk past him without a word. Some bridges, once burned, can't be rebuilt. And I'm okay with that. In the weeks following the settlement, life slowly returns to normal. The $12,000 hits my account, and I use it to pay off some debts and put the rest in savings. My hand has fully healed, though I still have small scars as reminders. At work, my colleagues congratulate me on the successful case. Even the senior partners take notice. One partner, Mr. Holloway, calls me into his office. I heard about your dog bite lawsuit, he says. Laura spoke highly of how you handled yourself. You're methodical, prepared, and calm under pressure. Those are qualities we value in attorneys. He pauses. Have you ever considered law school? The question catches me off guard. I've thought about it over the years but always talked myself out of it. Too expensive. Too much time. But Mr. Holloway continues, we have a program where we sponsor promising paralegals through law school. You'd work part-time here while studying. Think about it. I leave his office with my head spinning. Law school. Becoming an attorney. It feels like a door just opened. Marcus, meanwhile, is dealing with his own consequences. Word spreads in our social circle about the lawsuit and settlement. Some people distance themselves from him, viewing him as irresponsible. Others pity him, thinking I was too harsh. Jenna, his ex-girlfriend, starts dating someone new. Marcus posts less on social media, and when he does, it's subdued. No more arrogant captions or careless humor. Zeus completes his obedience training program. I hear through mutual friends that Marcus is actually trying now, taking the training seriously, learning how to be a better owner. It's the first sign of growth I've seen from him in years. Part of me hopes he genuinely learns from this experience. One Saturday afternoon, I'm at a coffee shop when Marcus walks in. He sees me and freezes. For a moment, I think he'll leave. But instead, he walks over. Can I sit? He asks quietly. I gesture to the chair across from me. We sit in awkward silence for a moment. Then Marcus speaks. I'm sorry, Ryan. For everything. For Zeus biting you. For laughing. For not taking it seriously. I was an idiot. His voice cracks slightly. I study his face, looking for sincerity. He seems different, humbled, maybe even broken. I lost Jenna over this. He continues. My insurance went up. People think I'm a jerk. And you know what? They're right. I was a jerk. I don't know what to say. Part of me wants to accept his apology and move on. Another part remembers the months of pain, frustration, and disrespect. I appreciate the apology, I finally say. But it doesn't change what happened. Marcus nods slowly. I know. I just wanted you to know that I get it now. I understand why you sued me. I would have done the same thing. We sit there for a few more minutes, neither of us knowing how to end the conversation. Eventually, Marcus stands up. Take care, Ryan, he says. I watch him leave, unsure if I'll ever see him again. Later that evening, I think about forgiveness. I don't hate Marcus. I never did. But forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting. It doesn't mean restoring what was broken. Sometimes, people drift apart because they're no longer compatible. And that's okay. I decide to apply to law school. Mr. Holloway's offer is too good to pass up. I spend the next few months studying for the LSAT, working full-time, and preparing my applications. My parents are thrilled. You've always been smart and fair, my dad says. You'll make a great lawyer. My mom worries about the workload, but I assure her I can handle it. In June, I receive my acceptance letter to the State University's law school. I'll start in the fall, working part-time at the firm while studying. It feels surreal. A year ago, I was just a paralegal dealing with a dog bite. Now, I'm on the path to becoming an attorney. The experience with Marcus taught me something important: standing up for yourself matters. Not in an aggressive or vengeful way, but in a principled, firm way. People will try to dismiss you, mock you, or minimize your pain. But you have the power to hold them accountable. I think about all the cases I'll handle as a lawyer someday. People who've been wronged, overlooked, or mistreated. I want to be their advocate. By August, I've moved into a new apartment closer to campus. The firm throws me a small going-away party, though I am not really leaving, just transitioning roles. Laura gives me a card with a handwritten note: "You were born for this, can't wait to see you in court someday." Law school starts in September. It's intense, overwhelming, and exhilarating all at once. I study constantly, balancing classes with work, but I've never felt more alive. One evening, I'm studying torts, the very area of law that governed my case against Marcus. I read about negligence, duty of care, and liability. Everything Laura explained to me is now in textbooks, case law, principles I need to master. It's a full circle moment. I realized that the lawsuit wasn't just about justice for me. It was a lesson in how the law works, how it protects people, how it enforces accountability. Without that experience, I might never have considered law school. In a twisted way, Marcus's negligence set me on this path. I don't thank him for it, but I do acknowledge it. During my second semester, I joined the law school's moot court team. We argue hypothetical cases in front of judges, practicing courtroom advocacy. I'm nervous at first, but the training Laura gave me during our trial prep pays off. I stay calm, think on my feet, and present arguments clearly. My teammates are impressed. One of them asks, "Have you done this before? You seem so comfortable." I smile. I've been through a real trial. That helps. Word spreads among my classmates that I was involved in a personal injury case as a plaintiff. Some are curious, others admiring. I don't brag about it, I just explain that it taught me the importance of the legal system and standing up for what's right. Meanwhile, I hear through old friends that Marcus is doing better. He's working a steady job now, still has Zeus, and seems to have matured. I'm genuinely happy for him. Growth is possible for everyone, even those who resist it for a long time. Our paths have diverged completely, and that's okay. We're both moving forward in our own ways. By my third year of law school, I'm at the top of my class. I've interned with judges, participated in legal clinics, and even argued a case in front of the state appellate court as part of a student program. My confidence has grown exponentially. The scared, hurt guy from that backyard party feels like a different person. Mr. Holloway offers me a position as an associate attorney once I pass the bar exam. It's a dream come true. In May, I graduate with honors. My parents sit in the audience, beaming with pride. Laura is there too, clapping loudly when my name is called. I walk across the stage, shake the dean's hand, and accept my diploma. Later, at the graduation party, Laura pulls me aside. "You've come a long way, Ryan," she says. "That dog bite case was just the beginning." I laugh. "Yeah, who knew getting bitten would lead to all this?" She smiles. "It wasn't the bite. It was your response to it. You didn't back down, you held someone accountable. That's what good lawyers do." Her words stay with me as I prepare for the bar exam. I pass the bar on my first attempt. The moment I get the results, I call my parents. My mom cries happy tears. My dad says, "I always knew you had it in you." I'm officially an attorney now. My first day at the firm as an associate is surreal. I walk into the same building where I used to work as a paralegal, but now I have my own office, my own cases, my own clients. Laura stops by to congratulate me. Ready to change some lives? She asks. I nod. Absolutely. My first case is a personal injury lawsuit, a woman injured in a car accident, the other driver's insurance refusing to pay. It's not complicated, but it matters. I pour everything into it, treating her case like it's the most important thing in the world. We win a fair settlement. She thanks me with tears in her eyes. You believed me when no one else did, she says. That moment reminds me why I chose this path. It's not about the money or the prestige. It's about standing up for people who need someone in their corner. Years later, I'm a successful attorney with a reputation for taking on tough cases. I've won significant verdicts, helped countless clients, and even argued before the state Supreme Court. One afternoon, I'm grabbing lunch at a downtown deli when I see Marcus. He's with a woman and a young boy, maybe 5 years old. They're laughing together, the boy holding Marcus's hand. We make eye contact, and for a moment, time stops. Then Marcus walks over. Ryan, he says. Long time. I smile. Yeah, it has been. How are you? He introduces me to his wife, Emily, and his son, Carter. This is Ryan, Marcus says. An old friend. There's no bitterness in his voice, just acknowledgement. We chat briefly. He tells me he's managing a small business now, doing well, happy. Zeus passed away peacefully last year. Carter tugs at his dad's sleeve, and Marcus excuses himself. Before leaving, he turns back. I saw your name in the paper a while back. Big case. I'm proud of you. I'm surprised. Thanks, Marcus. He nods and walks away with his family. I sit back down, finishing my sandwich, reflecting on how far we've both come. Life is strange. A single moment, a dog bite, a lawsuit, can change everything. But it's not the moment itself that defines you. It's how you respond to it.